Groves, we're live speaking with organizers about what you can expect this year.
Plus, October's Golden Apple Award recipient is helping students write their futures. Meet the West Orange Stark High School educator who has been teaching from the heart for nearly a decade.
But first, a murder suspect is taken into custody overnight. We know about the man found shot to death in a crashed truck and the other suspect still on the run. 12 News Daybreak starts now.
And breaking news this morning in Beaumont, one person in custody and another on the run after a man was found shot in his truck yesterday. Our 12 News crew was the only news station there capturing this video of 46-year-old Lamont Hines being taken into custody a little after 11 p.m. And here's a closer look at Hines. Beaumont police obtained a murder warrant for his arrest last night after identifying him as a suspect. And that shooting, it happened Sunday morning in the 1400 block of Orange Avenue. Thanks for joining us here on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. According to a press release, police were called to the scene around 7:30 over reports of shots fired. They found the man shot inside a truck that had crashed into a tree. Police say they believe he was shot while driving, which caused the crash. A Jefferson County Justice of Peace pronounced him dead at the scene. And according to BPD, detectives were able to identify a vehicle of interest. It was later pulled over with a witness to the shooting inside. That person led police to Hines, who isn't the only suspect in this murder.
We're currently still looking for 31-year-old Murray Gibbs in connection with the homicide, and he does have an active warrant for murder right now that's been issued. We do believe that he could possibly be in the city of Beaumont and the surrounding area. However, he does have connections with Houston, so he may have made his way to the Houston area.
Again, that's 31-year-old Murray Gibbs police are looking for. Officer Wilt says anyone with information should call Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers. She also says neighbors should not be worried despite the fact they're still looking for Gibbs.
We do want community members to know that there was an active relationship between the victim and the suspect. Therefore, we don't believe that there was a random act of violence in the neighborhood, so we don't want community members afraid for their safety.
The victim's identity hasn't been released, but an autopsy has been ordered. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
All right, switching gears now to get a first look at your weather. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network above Port Arthur, just about 10 minutes shy here of sunrise as we switch over to Orange. And we've got Jeff Gerber standing by with today's forecast. How's it looking out there today, Jeff?
Well, starting off with a little bit of cloud cover in spots. Other spots are seeing mostly clear skies, so it just kind of depends on where you are. We're not seeing anything on radar or anything like that. Temperatures generally in the 60s this morning. We go from 66 in Beaumont to 69 Woodville and Silsbee, also Orange. Now Jasper's jumped to 70, 71 in Kirbyville, and then 71 in Port Arthur. Like I said, some areas like Horseman's Western Store seeing some cloud cover out there, where we're seeing temperatures in the lower 70s on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network there at the Horseman's Western Store. Looks like traffic's going along smoothly though through Orange. Folks heading over into Louisiana or back into southeast Texas here. And then downtown we're looking at mostly clear skies for right now, still around the lower 70s at Packer the Prairie as we see downtown Beaumont. Temperatures today start off in the 70s by 9 a.m. We'll be in the 80s by lunchtime, and then we shoot up close to 90 for later on this afternoon with about a 20% chance of a couple of showers. They're going to be very isolated this afternoon. We'll have more in the way of some isolated showers the next couple of days. We'll have your 7-day coming up.
And happening in southeast Texas this weekend, the Groves Pecan Festival, a family favorite here in the Golden Triangle, making its return.
Yeah, it's the 56th annual kickoff our annual event that kicks off this Thursday. And 12 News reporter Derek Jones is live outside that famous giant pecan this morning. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Mark and Tia. I don't know if you guys can see the giant pecan behind me, but it is definitely taller than me. That's just a little preview of how big it is. But Pecan Festival is actually going to be starting this Thursday, and I'm here with Letha Canas, the director of the Groves Commerce. And Ms. Canas, could you just tell me, what is Pecan Fest?
Pecan Festival is our annual celebration that we have every October, the second weekend of October. It's kind of celebrates the origin of our town, being that we were built and became a city upon a pecan grove. I believe that was in 1910, if I'm not mistaken. We celebrate that with everyone here, try to keep a little bit of our history involved in it, but it has grown to a phenomenon in our area.
Alrighty, and then I'm looking at this statue. It's a huge statue. It's to the point that I kind of have to bend backwards to look at it. Could you tell me a little bit about the history of the statue?
We were able to be blessed with Mr. Paul Oliver, our local fiberglass builder, that we had a vision. He's had a vision for a long time. We came together about this vision, built the pecan. We wanted it to be the world's largest. He made that happen. We're so grateful and thankful for him for doing this for us. But as I mentioned earlier, yeah, we're going in the Guinness Book of World Records. So we are a tourist center, and now we have something to tour in town. So we're super excited about it and glad to share it with our community.
I bet. So could you just tell me a little bit of stuff that's going on, the activities we can see coming up, and what time the gates open?
The gates open Thursday at 5 p.m. and they end Sunday at 6 p.m. We have added an extra day of entertainment. We're always been open on Sundays, and the festival ended at 6 on Sundays. But now we're calling it Cajun Sunday. We have Gino De La Fosse coming in from Louisiana with his Cajun French boogie, and we're super excited about having him. He's very well loved in this area, very well known. And we kick it off with our Faith, Praise, and Worship Night. We've added some new activities. We've got a pecan toss. We also have Avenue Acts is going to have their trailer out, so you can come out and get rid of some pent-up frustrations or stress, and let the kids, hit the carnival, and you guys enjoy the carnival. And we've got live music every night. Sugartown is making a big debut on Saturday night. We're super excited for them. They have roots with Catalina Wine Mixer, which we've had a couple of years in a row. And Friday night we have the Moondog Howlers that'll be performing. So we've got a lot of events packed in during this week. We just had the car show Saturday. It was amazing. The weather was perfect. Looks like the weather's going to be perfect again for the third year in a row, I can claim, this week. So we're just asking everybody to come out, have a good time, get some pecans from us at the festival at our booth here. We've got halves and pieces. We do have a new brochure. First time we've had a brochure, so they're available here at the City Hall, at the Chamber, and at our local businesses to let you know the schedule and wristband prices and things. And we brought you a official festival t-shirt.
Nice.
Okay?
Nice.
We want to see you wearing that on air, okay?
Okay, I will wear it on air. So if
you.
you guys are looking to try see the Pecan Festival, it's on Thursday, and I'm in Groves, Derek Jones, 12 News. Look at my new shirt, guys.
Looks great there, Derek.
All right, well, switching gears now from grammar drills to literary thrills. This English teacher doesn't just correct your essays, she'll help write your future.
That's right. This month's recipient of the Golden Apple Award, it takes us to West Orange Stark High School.
So last week we began reading
At West Orange Stark High School, Rashandria Daniel isn't just grading papers, she's changing narratives.
I love learning, and I want to share my love of literature and reading with students.
Mrs. Daniel has been teaching from the heart for 8 years.
We don't all know everything, and as we're teaching the students, they're also learning from us, but we're also learning from them.
And she's a big deal.
I'm the instructional coach. I'm the department head. I teach dual credit English. I also teach English 1 and Honors English 1.
Nominated by a member in the community, Mrs. Daniels is October's Golden Apple Award recipient.
Good morning. Is Mrs. Daniels in here?
She is.
Which one is she? Right here. Oh, hi. How are you? You've been nominated as a recipient of the 12 News Golden Apple Award. So someone in the community submitted your name for this.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Here you go.
Oh.
And I know we caught you off guard, but how does it feel to be recognized?
I just feel so blessed. I love my students, and I strive every day to give them the best possible education. And so I'm just so thankful and blessed. Thank you.
She's amazing. I've only been in her class for a month at this point, but she's amazing. She She explains the material in an amazing way that not only just me, but all of the students can understand.
So here's a congratulations to a teacher, leaving a lasting impression in bold, italics, and underlined.
Just thank you again. I'm just so happy. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mrs. Daniel. And we can't give out our Golden Apple Award nominations without you. This can be a bus driver, custodian, anyone who works in education. Go to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to nominate someone. All right, 7:10 now with major retailers announcing big sales this October. You may be wondering whether to hold out for Black Friday and Cyber Monday or jump right in. ABC's Ike Ejachi has some tips.
October sales are here. The Amazon Prime Big Deal Days have become an annual event for consumers to do their early holiday shopping. Not to be outdone by Amazon, chains like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and Kohl's are not waiting until after you've had your turkey to get you shopping, all advertising big discounts to compete with the online shopping site. But should you wait until the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend? With price cuts in nearly every category, the experts say you can probably hold off on tech items like laptops and TVs for now.
Categorically, we've seen year after year after year that the best time to buy a TV is going to be Black Friday. That's when they have their absolute deepest discounts. Everything else, the discounts tend to be the same. You might save a few extra bucks here or there, but pretty much for the most part, if you see something on sale and you like the price, you can buy it now.
But before you check out, make sure you're actually getting a good deal.
It can be really hard to know the difference between a good deal and a not so good deal, especially because right before these big sales, a lot of retailers will take items that have been on sale for the last few weeks, even months, and take those sales away and put them back to full price, just so that they can drop them back to the same sale price that's been available for a while and make you think that you're getting a good deal.
You can check websites like Keepa and Camel to see the price history of products, and take the time to shop around using tools like Yahoo Shopping or Google Shopping. Earn cash back with browser extensions like Rakuten or Honey.
One that I've been using regularly is called Shop Back. And this one in particular is exciting for Amazon Prime because they have cash back on Amazon Prime. And many coupon sites and deal sites do not.
And paying with discounted gift cards can save you even more.
There's a site called Gift Card Granny who sells them. They have between 5% to 10% discount on a gift card. And so if you buy that gift card at a discount and then you shop with it, you've essentially created your own discount.
Ike Ejachi, ABC News, New York.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
High school football fans, we have what could be the main event of the season for our game of the week, and it's going to be a top 10 matchup as the Newton Eagles are going to travel to face off against none other than the Woodville Eagles. Both of those teams, they have identical 5-1 records and 2-0 in district play, also identical mascots there. Now last season, Newton came away winning 34-15 on their home turf. And also don't forget to get your vote in for the band of the week. Is it going to be the Eagles or the Eagles? Well, you decide. Just make sure you're picking the right Eagles, whether it's Newton or Woodville. Cast your vote at 12newsnow.com/band. And still ahead here on 12 News Daybreak, from a water skiing squirrel to a pet python reunion, your trending news is coming up. But first, it's a race against the clock on Mount Everest as crews are trying to save hundreds of people stranded and trapped by a blizzard. Your time is now 7:13. We'll be right back.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
And overseas now to Mount Everest and the rush to try to rescue nearly 1,000 people stranded on the mountain and trapped by a major blizzard. Camilla Burnell has more.
A desperate rush to rescue hundreds of hikers stuck near the world's tallest mountain. A blizzard left nearly 1,000 people trapped on Tibet's eastern slope of Mount Everest, according to Chinese state media.
I'm sure there's a sense of urgency. It's all hands on deck.
Freezing temperatures and heavy snow putting local villagers and rescue teams on a race against the clock. Alan Arnett is a mountaineering coach who has climbed Mount Everest.
It's going to be a massive human effort in order to reach those people.
While some have already been rescued, many still reportedly stuck at an altitude of 16,000 feet. Hiker Chen Gu Shuang made it out, but some in her group still recovering from hypothermia. She says the unexpected snowstorm was really frightening, adding she worried that lightning might strike their camp and kill them. The monsoon causing snowfall Friday evening and Saturday, also bringing heavy rain to neighboring Nepal. The army called in for rescues. Landslides and flash floods have killed at least 44 people, according to authorities.
Normally, we don't see this type of heavy disaster happening this time of year, especially a blizzard of this magnitude.
But Arnett says when you're approaching Everest, you have to be prepared for everything. Camila Bernal, NBC News.
Right now, we're starting off this morning with temperatures in the 60s, 70s, and we're seeing some spots where we have mostly clear skies, other spots a little bit of cloud cover out there for this morning. Here's a view in Port Arthur on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. You see some of that cloud cover actually created by some of the industry there. You can see the clouds being formed off that plant down there towards Port Arthur. Temperatures right now, like I said, a mix of 60s and 70s, starting to warm up a little bit. 70 now in Woodville and Jasper, 71 in Kirbyville, and 71 in Port Arthur. Then 68 in Silsbee, 66 in Beaumont, and 69 currently in Orange. A lot of rain heading up into Louisiana, Mississippi this morning around an area of low pressure. Some pretty heavy rainfall. I imagine they're getting very heavy rain south of Jackson all the way down, maybe down towards Baton Rouge there for this morning. It's been pretty persistent over the last couple of hours, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have some flooding problems over in that part of Louisiana and Mississippi. A couple of showers towards Corpus Christi, a couple of showers up towards the Texas Panhandle. Most of the state is pretty quiet. That includes us. We're going to be on the back side of this area, low pressure, or on the west side, so we won't see the moisture they are over there. So we'll stay fairly dry today. There is a chance for a couple of isolated showers this afternoon, but that's going to be about it. Temperatures climbing up out of the 70s and 80s. We'll hit about 90 for today. And like I said, can't rule out an isolated shower here or there. Temperatures back into the 80s and 70s for this evening, and then tomorrow morning, a lot like this morning, where we'll see a mix of some 60s and 70s to start off on your Tuesday. As we look out in the tropics, only one thing right now the Hurricane Center is watching is this area disturbed weather out in the Atlantic, and they think this is going to take that same track as a lot of them have this year, staying out of the Caribbean and kind of moving into the open Atlantic and staying there well away from the East Coast, well away from the Gulf, of course. All right, our forecast for today, we're calling for highs right there around 90, some upper 80s towards the lakes, partly cloudy skies, and that 20% chance of an isolated shower. Tonight, mostly clear. No rain really expected, maybe an isolated coastal shower, but temperatures back down into the 70s and 60s. And then same deal for Tuesday and Wednesday. Small chance of rain with highs right near 90. Now Thursday, we see a front move through the area. It's going to be a weak front, so it's not going to cool down much, but instead of 91 for a high, we'll see highs more like 88 or 89, and instead of 70, 71 for a low, our temperatures will be more like the middle to lower 60s. So mornings will feel pretty nice towards the weekend.
This has been a very steady, stable forecast, I feel like, here in the past couple of weeks. I mean, we've had some spurts here of some good rains and whatnot.
But we do need some rain. We're over 7 inches again behind for the year out at the airport. So hopefully with late October, maybe in November, will be a little bit on the wet side. Catch up a little bit.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check that radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, your time is now 7:21. Time for your trending news. Some folks in North Carolina, they got to see a very talented critter this weekend.
Yeah, the Carolina Classic Fair kicked off with a special guest. Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, made an appearance as the gates opened. Twiggy is known around the world as the wildest, furriest show on the water. Look at her go. She's made appearances on Good Morning America, among other shows.
Oh, very talented squirrel right there. Just don't fall in the water. I wonder how good of a swimmer Twiggy is.
All right, you'll have to help me pronounce this city, Mark, but in California,
San Bernardino.
That's where this family is. They have they're hissing with happiness.
Ooh, hiss, 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 huh? They are excited to be reunited with their pet python. That's the sound that the snake makes. And that snake, it vanished 7 weeks ago, only to turn up nearly 50 miles away. Get out of here. Slithering through an In-N-Out drive-thru. Must have been hungry. It knows where to go. This week, owner Vanessa Navarro spotted a post from Pasadena Humane Society about the unexpected visitor and realized it was her missing pet, Henny.
Henny.
Yeah, what a name. Look at her petting that snake right there. She's now home, the snake is, and already a social media star. She has her own Instagram page, Henny's a Snake, where she has dubbed an explorer from San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. Wow, that's one place I won't be going.
No, not with that snake there, Henny. All right. Moving along now, a new beverage trend supposedly helping people slow things down.
So-called chill-out drinks are said to be a calming alternative to energy drinks. They usually mix herbal extracts with supplements like magnesium, ashwagandha, even CBD, all ingredients that promote relaxation. But some say they aren't entirely risk-free. Herbal compounds can interact with prescription medicines or cause side effects, so just be careful.
There's a trend right now. I've noticed it on social media. If people are interested in not consuming as much alcohol, they try to promote drinks like this as an alternative. Just chill out a little bit. I don't know if you actually chill out from it, but you know.
Yeah, kind of like a mocktail, I guess, but it gives a little extra sensation.
Mind over matter. You know, you're drinking something.
I don't mind and you don't matter.
That's right.
All right. It's now 7:23. Jeff Gerber will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Looking at the bus stop forecast this morning, still pretty mild. Temperatures right around the upper 60s, lower 70s. Warm at recess, 84, and then there could be a couple of showers on the way home as temperatures are going to be near 90. Coastal marine forecast for today: an east to southeasterly wind at 5 to 10 knots. Spring seas around 2 feet. Next high tides at 3:43 for this afternoon. Our sunrise was at 7:13. Our sunset is before 7 o'clock. Now it's 6:55 this evening. Water temperatures in the middle 80s there in the Gulf, with the northeasterly wind right now at 8 to 9. Look for mostly smooth conditions in the lakes and bays for today.
All right, coming up next here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, a murder suspect taken into custody overnight in Beaumont. What we know about the man found shot to death in a crashed truck, and the other suspects still on the run this morning.
Plus, it's National Bullying Prevention Month. How to talk to your kids about what to do if they're bullied and when it's time to intervene.
And Pecan Festival kicking off this Thursday in Groves. We're live there this morning speaking with organizers about what you can expect this year.
Time 7:27. We'll be back with news and weather in just a bit. 7:30 right now, and we're following breaking news this morning. One person was arrested for murder in Beaumont, and another still on the loose after a man was found shot in his truck yesterday. Our 12 News crew was the only news station there capturing this video. The 46-year-old Lamont Hines being taken into custody. Here's a closer look at him. Beaumont police obtained a murder warrant for his arrest last night after identifying him as a suspect. Now, the shooting happened Sunday morning in the 1400 block of Orange Avenue. Thanks for being here. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. Now, according to a press release that police released, they were called to that scene around 7:30 over reports of shots fired, and they found that man shot inside of a truck that had crashed into a tree. Now, police say that they believe that he was shot while driving down the road, and that's what caused that crash. Now, a Jefferson Parish Justice of the Peace pronounced him dead at the scene. According to BPD detectives, they were able to identify a vehicle of interest in this, and it was later pulled over with a witness to that shooting inside. That's all according to police. That person leading investigators to Hines, who isn't the only suspect in this murder. Take a look.
31-year-old Murray Gibbs in connection with the homicide, and he does have an active warrant for murder right now that's been issued. We do believe that he could possibly be in the city of Beaumont and the surrounding area. However, he does have connections with Houston, so he may have made his way to the Houston area.
And again, that's 31-year-old Murray Gibbs police are looking for. Officer Wiltz there says anyone with information should call Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers. She also says neighbors, they should not be worried despite the fact that they are still looking for Gibbs. Here's why.
We do want community members to know that there was an active relationship between the victim and the suspect. Therefore, we don't believe that there was a random act of violence in the neighborhood, so we don't want community members afraid for their safety.
And the victim's identity has not been released, but an autopsy has been ordered. We're going to keep you updated as we learn more.
Switching gears to take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. You can see the sun starting to rise there from the view in Beaumont. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber has your forecast. Jeff, how are you feeling about the weather?
Pretty good, I guess. Not too bad of a day today. It's going to be hot, though. Temperature's going to be up around 90, and we'll see a small chance for a couple of showers. That's about it. Temperatures this morning don't feel too bad. We're in the 60s, middle 60s in Beaumont here at 65, 68 through Silsbee, Orange, also Jasper's at 68. Then we have some 70s as well out there. 70 in Woodville, 71 in Kirbyville, and then 71 in Port Arthur. Over towards Lake Charles, I got a little bit of cloud cover for this morning. So a little bit closer to an area of low pressure over central Louisiana, giving some pretty heavy rains to places like Baton Rouge up towards Jackson, Mississippi this morning. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network showing a little bit of cloud cover there. Our day planner showing temperatures starting off in the 70s. Will be middle 70s by 9 a.m., upper 80s by lunchtime, and then pretty close to 90 as we get towards the afternoon. There's that small chance of rain during the heat of the afternoon. About 20% coverage of an isolated shower here or there. A little bit of a northeast to east wind today. We will see another small chance of rain Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll look at that in our 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, happening in Southeast Texas this weekend, the Groves Pecan Festival, a family favorite right here in the Golden Triangle.
Yeah, the 56th annual event, it is kicking off this Thursday, and 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live outside that famous giant pecan this morning and giving us a preview of what to expect this year. Hey, Derek, how's that pecan over there?
The pecan is looking great. It's huge, it's tall, it's taller than me at least, probably even taller than you, Mark, if we were to put you right next to it. But it's a pretty tall pecan. It's one of the biggest statues, what I'm learning, and it might be in the Guinness World Records book. And I'm here with Kevin Carruth, the city manager of Groves. And could you just tell me how excited you are for the Pecan Festival coming up, like starting Thursday?
Yeah, this time of year is a great time of year for our community. It brings people together, also brings people into town, which we're glad to have. Puts heads in beds in our area hotels, and it's a great benefit for and fun time for everybody around.
What are some activities we can look forward to seeing for Pecan Fest? I'm understanding gates open on Thursday at what time?
You have to go to the Facebook for the Pecan Festival Facebook page. It has the entire schedule. Actually, there's a treasure hunt that starts today. Goes for the next 3 days. You go to the Facebook page and you pick up the clues there, and there's some prizes for if you find the treasure. But the full schedule starts on Thursday. We have a faith and family concert, and then it moves on to Friday with additional music for the next 3 days through the weekend, and of course the carnival midway, and then lots of food. So it's a great time. You know you don't have anything better to do on the weekend, so you need to come and come to the Pecan Festival.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you want to share about the Pecan Festival and its significance to the community?
It's been going on for 56 years now. It's a good fundraiser for the chamber and the nonprofits that participate with their booths to raise money, and it just brings everybody together.
Thank you so much, Mr. Caruth.
Thank you.
All right, so if you guys are looking to come out to the Pecan Festival, it starts on Thursday and it goes all the way through Sunday. In Groves, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, and today is your last day to register to vote in the November 4th election or update your registration out here in Beaumont. Voters are going to decide on a $264 million bond package, and that would fund major city improvements. Projects for that include a new police headquarters, animal shelter, fire station, sports complex, and upgrades to parks, amongst many other projects. Now, this all comes with a property tax hike, and the entire bond package would cost taxpayers $925 a month for every $100,000 in property.
Big news overnight. Governor Greg Abbott says he's authorizing President Trump to call up 400 members of the Texas National Guard. The governor says they'll be sent to ensure the safety of federal officials. This comes after Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said the president was ordering the Texas National Guard for deployments in Illinois, Oregon, and other parts of the U.S.
And now this despite Governor Pritzker saying that there is no need for these troops. It also comes as negotiations have stalled in that government shutdown. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
President Trump's push to send National Guard troops into more American cities facing new pushback. In Portland, Oregon overnight, where protests are underway, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's move to send National Guard troops from California or any other state into the city. California's governor celebrating the order, writing, quote, "Trump's abuse of power won't stand." That follows a separate ruling blocking the deployment of 200 Oregon National Guard soldiers to Portland.
I appointed the judge and he goes like that, so I wasn't served well. Portland is burning to the ground.
Portland police say the protests there have been contained to a single block. While in Chicago, the Trump administration ordering 300 National Guard troops into the city, making good on weeks of threats over the Illinois governor's objections.
They want to create the war zone so that they can send in even more troops.
Republican leaders rejecting that.
U.S. military, Mr.
I don't
Speaker.
think you should ask the governor. I think you should ask the citizens who are in fear for their lives and livelihoods in these cities.
Citing recent attacks on ICE officers, including this, the Department of Homeland Security says happened Saturday in Chicago. A black SUV repeatedly slamming a truck with ICE agents inside, all as the federal government shutdown stretches into its 6th day, with President Trump warning mass layoffs of federal workers are coming.
I call them Democrat layoffs.
We tried to get President Trump to sit down with us weeks ago.
Negotiations at a standstill, with military service members among the thousands working without pay.
And your time is now 7:38. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and reports show that 1 in every 5 students has experienced bullying, with it happening most at school.
Yeah, so what can you do to help protect your kids? According to a Cleveland Clinic children's psychologist, if your child keeps making excuses for why they don't want to go to school, it may be cause for concern. For example, they may keep saying their stomach hurts or they have a headache. Sadly, bullying can always be prevented, but you shouldn't overreact. They may even be able to work through their problems before school staff has to intervene.
First of all, when your child comes home and says, so-and-so's being mean to me, don't overreact. Don't turn it into, I'm going to go call their parents, I'm going to call the teacher. Well, what happened? Then what? What did he do then? What did you do? What happened then? Just listen and let your child talk. Sometimes they can talk it through, and then in the end, they're like, but we're still friends.
If the bullying persists, it might be time to talk to a teacher. Also told bullying is especially prevalent online, so monitor your kids' social media activity closely. In the last decade, the number of young people experiencing depression-like symptoms has risen. The CDC found nearly 40% of high schoolers report persistently feeling sad or hopeless. So one nonprofit is trying to change that with a different approach, a crisis hotline for teenagers run by teenagers. NBC's Camilla Bernal has the story.
Hi, this is Teen Line. What's your name?
It's a call, a text, or an email without judgment.
I'm going to use that one right there.
Yeah. Where teenagers are on both ends of the line.
Talking to a teen, especially an anonymous teen, like we're not going to try to solve your problems. We're going to mainly empathize and hear you out.
Brooke is 16. She's a volunteer in Los Angeles at Teen Line, a hotline for teenagers in crisis across the world. And reach-outs have been on the rise.
Yeah, I have a couple of resources for them.
This year alone, they're expected to connect with over 10,000 teens.
A lot of people, when they hear Teen Line or hotline, they think, oh, suicide call, crisis call. But so many of my calls have been about relationship issues, school stress, anxiety, maybe a fight with their parents.
Oftentimes, she can relate.
For a lot of teens, I know that they had a hard time during the pandemic, which is also what drew me to Teen Line. So I thought that if there's some way that I could help teens not feel that way, then I want to do it.
And it's working.
89% of the youth that call or text or email us have said that they feel better at the end of the call.
Lynn Morris is the CEO of Didi Hirsch Mental Health Services, which runs Teen Line. It's available for any teenager in the world from 6 to 10 p.m. Pacific time.
If we can get to kids before a major crisis happens and get them talking and learning how to reach out for support when they need it, the better off they'll be in the long term as well.
Teen Line's increasing number of reach-outs coming at the same time government spending cuts and policy changes have impacted other mental health services. But here, private donations allow for about a dozen of the more than 100 high school volunteers to shuffle in for their shift. They're always supervised by adults.
You definitely create and establish coping skills that help you leave it here and not bring it home with you.
They all go through a thorough selection process and 65 hours of training.
It can be exhausting, but in one of the most rewarding ways, because you just know that you've put your energy and your time towards something that really matters and that's made an impact.
A chance to grow while saving lives.
Being able to listen to someone and empathize with them and not try to fix their problems is all I can do, and it makes being on the line so worth it.
Still ahead, tragic news out of the Angleton area where a mother was arrested after reportedly shooting her 4 children. Plus, 2 people are dead and over a dozen injured in a mass shooting in Montgomery, Alabama. Your time now, 7:43.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As you get ready to head out the door, won't need the rain gear, I don't think, today, even though we have a small chance of some showers. Some areas we saw up and towards Jasper, some cloud cover. Other areas like Jasper, just some clouds from the industry. That's about it. We have mostly clear skies as you look down towards Port Arthur. This camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. 60s and 70s out there this morning, more 70s now than 60s, so we're starting to switch up from what we had earlier. We had a lot of 60s, but 70 now in Woodville, Jasper, 71 in Kirbyville, 71 also in Port Arthur officially, then 66 in Beaumont, 69 in Orange, and then 68 in Silsbee. Not looking at too much in the way of any rain across the state. There's a little bit of rain just north of Corpus Christi, also out towards the Texas Panhandle. You can see East Texas is very quiet, Southeast Texas, Houston, not seeing any rain this morning. Where they are seeing the rain, look at this stuff coming down in parts of Louisiana, Mississippi. Some very heavy rain from, say, Baton Rouge up to Jackson, Mississippi. Wouldn't be surprised if they had some flooding problems there. It's been pretty persistent. This area low pressure is going to be moving northward, so it should stay to our east, and that means we're going to be on the backside of it. That means we stay pretty dry today. But all along this track as it goes northward, we're going to see some heavy rains today up into Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, it looks like, as this area low pressure moves towards the north. As we look at Futurecast, doesn't show much for us today. We'll see temperatures climb from the 70s to the 80s by late in the morning, and then up to around 90 today. Now, there might be a couple isolated showers, can't rule those out for today, but we'll only go 20% coverage for the afternoon. As we head towards the late this evening, we'll see those temperatures return back to the 70s, and tomorrow morning, a lot like this morning, a mix of some 60s and 70s with mostly clear skies. Out in the Atlantic, we have this area of showers and thunderstorms with a big X there. That's moving off towards the west. They think this is going to take the same track as a few of the storms we've seen already this year, kind of staying open in that open Atlantic, take that curve around high pressure out into the northern Atlantic and away from the East Coast, away from the Gulf. So don't think we'll have to worry about this one. Well, we'll keep watching. Hurricane season goes all the way through the end of November. This has about a 70% chance of development. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, highs upper 80s to lower 90s. We'll see a little bit of a northeast to east wind between 3 and 8. And then for tonight, mostly clear. Temperatures back down into the lower 70s and middle to upper 60s. 70 forecast showing a small chance of rain not only today, but Tuesday and Wednesday. Once again, 20% chance of an isolated shower here and there. And then after that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll keep the rain chances out of the forecast. We'll see highs upper 80s, so it's a little bit cooler, not much, but a little bit cooler. And then lows will be back down into the middle 60s, so that should feel nice for the weekend.
Looking very nice.
Oh, nice, and it could get even nicer.
Yeah, eventually.
Right, one day.
I was looking, and I said earlier that by the middle of November, we're generally into the middle 70s for highs. I checked it out. Usually, beginning November, our average highs right around 76, 77.
Ooh,
so
that's lovely.
Let's hope that happens, but we got a little ways to go.
Maybe we can go ride our bikes, Jeff. Mark, you like to ride bikes.
I love to ride bikes. I love this plan.
I guess he's invited now.
Yeah, I invited myself. All right, just a reminder. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, across Texas now, a Houston area mother being charged with murder after Brazoria County Sheriff's deputies say that she shot her 4 children over the weekend.
Yeah, 2 of them died. The other 2 are in the hospital. And deputies say the kids were found shot inside a vehicle after 31-year-old Oninda Ramales pulled into a gas station in Angleton and called 911 early Saturday morning. The sheriff's office says she has been interviewed, though it's still unclear where and when she shot her children. In fact, many details are still not being released.
Can you share what investigators found at their home in Montgomery County? And that was their permanent residence there?
Yeah, that's exactly where her permanent residence was. That's part of the ongoing investigation.
Her 13-year-old son and 3-year-old daughter are dead. Her 8-year-old boy and 9-year-old girl are still recovering.
Yeah, Joe records show that Romulus lives at a home in Porter, about an hour from Angleton. Now, investigators spent hours there Saturday. Neighbors telling our sister station that they are in disbelief over these allegations. And they say that Romulus had only lived there a few months and many of them had not interacted with her at all.
Yeah, but one neighbor who often saw her children calls the shooting a terrible tragedy. Marco Mano spoke with her yesterday.
It's a quiet Sunday in this Porter neighborhood, but residents are feeling uneasy, shocked to learn one of their neighbors, Oninda Ramales, is accused of shooting her 4 children, killing 2 of them. Court records confirming that this is Ramales' home. Have you interacted with her at all, or do you know her at all?
Never spoke to her.
This neighbor, who wanted to stay anonymous, lives just a few houses down. While they never met, she says a couple of Ramales' children often walked by her front yard.
He always waves and we tell him hi, and they come back by, and I have a little Yorkie, and sometimes she'll stop and ask if she can pet the puppy. Just seeing them Friday, and they were happy and on their way telling us hi and bye, and figuring I would see him again Monday afternoon.
She adds that she never noticed any red flags.
Nothing out of the ordinary at all.
Going in and out of Ramales' home. They were there for around 12 hours, appearing to collect evidence. They also towed away a car from the driveway. Neighbors just trying to wrap their heads around this senseless tragedy.
Heartbreaking to think that anything could be so bad that you have to take your children's life. I don't understand.
Ramales' bond has been set at $14 million. Deputies say the 2 children still in the hospital have been interviewed.
All right, now to the mass shooting in downtown Montgomery, Alabama that left 2 people dead and a dozen others injured. This all happening over the weekend. Police say that it happened Saturday night when 2 groups, they started shooting at each other in the middle of a crowd. A total of 14 people shot, 2 of them died, and the rest had varying injuries. Officials saying of those who got hurt, 3 now have life-threatening conditions.
Thousands of people have been in this city this weekend, and it only took 1 or 2 to change the entire outcome, from the state fair to other events that we had going all around this city.
And so far, no arrests have been made, but people, they are being interviewed. That investigation is ongoing. And when Daybreak here returns on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush hour. Your time is 7:53.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:55 right now, and it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. An arrest was made overnight in Beaumont after a man was found shot in his truck Tuesday. 46-year-old Lamont Hines was taken into custody a little after 11 p.m. Police say they found the man shot inside the truck, which had crashed into a tree. They believe he was shot while driving, which caused the crash. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives spoke to a witness who led police to Hines, and police are also looking for 31-year-old Murray Gibbs, who could be in the Beaumont or Houston area. The victim's identity hasn't been released, but an autopsy has been ordered.
Well, today's your last day to register to vote in the November 4th election or update your registration. Now, in Beaumont, voters are going to decide on a $264 million bond proposal that would fund major city improvements. Now, this is all going to come with a property tax hike, and the entire bond package would cost taxpayers $925 a month for every $100,000 of property.
And a small chance of rain today through Tuesday and Wednesday as well, as temperatures reach about 90. Slightly cooler as we head towards the weekend, as we'll see highs in the 80s and lows back down into the middle 60s.
And thanks so much for watching us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus.
See you at midday.
Have a great day, everybody.
Cheese and crackers.